tutorial basically focusing on my eyes, but I do show you the products that I use on my face. But I'm going to be using a new palette that I actually just got. I snapped about it if you follow me on Snapchat, but this is the Pèrsona Identity Palette. If you're not familiar with this palette, it's because it's pretty new. It actually just launched a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago. Sona here on YouTube, or simply Sona on Instagram, actually came out with her own cosmetic line. And this is actually the first product that she launched, which is an eyeshadow palette called the Identity Palette. When I saw that she was coming out with a cosmetic line, I was so excited because I love her channel, I love her style. So I'm just really happy for her, and I just think it's really awesome. The palette itself is absolutely gorgeous. I love the packaging of it. It's very Parisian styled, which I think is just so feminine and pretty. And the colors inside the palette are absolutely gorgeous. But to be really honest, I didn't know if I wanted to pick it up right when I first saw it, just because I felt like I had so many of these similar shadow shades in other palettes that I already own. But I did come across a couple of reviews here on YouTube, and I also watched her video, and I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get it because they just look so beautiful, and I'm so happy that I did. I love how compact the palette is, but the shadows are still really big inside. So I've had so much fun playing with this palette so far, and I really wanted to do an eye look for you guys today using it, especially because I haven't seen a tutorial with someone with blue eyes or lighter eyes using the palette, and I have blue eyes. And actually on the back she said the ultimate eyeshadow palette for brown eyes, which these shadows would look beautiful on brown eyes, like no doubt. But I feel like there's some really awesome combinations that you can make for blue eyes as well in this palette. So I'm so excited to share with you guys this look that I came up with today using the palette, and I think it turned out really good. It's kind of like a sultry look, which I think would be perfect for Valentine's Day coming up, or a date night, or anytime you just want to be a little extra sultry and smoky. And I think it pairs really nicely with a nude lip like I have on today. But if you're someone that doesn't like nude lips, you could definitely pair this with more of like a peachy lip, or even like a pink lip. It'd still be really pretty, or a dark lip. Honestly, you could pair so many different lip combinations with this eye look. So I hope you guys like it, and let's go ahead and get started into the tutorial. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer. I'm gonna use this for coverage and correction on my eyelids because I do have darker veins on my eyelids that I wanna have covered before I go in with shadow. Once I have my eyelids covered, I'm just gonna go back in and blend it out with my finger. Now I'm going to go in with the star of the show, which is the Pèrsona Identity Palette. I think that the packaging is so adorable on this palette, you guys. It's so chic and just simple and very Parisian inspired, so I'm a huge fan of it. I feel like it's a lot different than other palettes that we've been seeing coming out recently, so I really like the packaging. The first shade that I'm going to pick up in the palette is called Charming, and I'm going to use this as my crease color. So I'm going to take that on a big fluffy blending brush. I'm picking up just a little bit of product, and then I'm going to work it throughout my crease. I'm going to go ahead and apply my lid color, and I'm going to be taking the shade Gold Digger, and I'm just going to be applying this all over the lid using a flat shader brush. The one that I'm using is the MAC 242. Now I'm going to grab a blending brush. The one I'm using is the Sigma E25, and I'm going to pick up the shadow called Bombshell in the palette, and I'm going to start working this on the outer third of my eye and working it into the crease to blend the crease color and the lid shade together. Now before I go any further, I am going to go back in with that blending brush that we used at the beginning to apply the crease shade, and I'm just going to work this through the crease just to blend out any harsh lines and make sure it looks really diffused. I want to go ahead and deepen the look a little bit, so I'm going to grab the shade Fearless at the bottom, which is just a nice matte brown, and I'm just going to place this on the outermost part of my eyelid. Then again, going back in with that blending crease brush, I'm just going to diffuse it out just a little bit. Then I'm going to take the second shade in the palette on the first row called Sassy, and I'm going to pop this on my inner corner for an inner corner highlight. And then just taking whatever I have left on my brush from the inner corner, and I'm just going to pop that on the highest point of my brow. Now I'm just taking a little bit more of that Fearless shadow, which is that matte brown, on a flat chisel shader brush, and I'm just gonna pop that right under the lower lash line. And then I really want to smoke out the lower lash line just a little bit more. So I'm going to take the shade Charming, which was our crease shade, and I'm just going to run that with a pencil brush right over where I just applied the Fearless color. And I did get a little bit of fallout from the more shimmery shadows, so I'm just going to take my simple micellar water and a cotton round, and I'm just going to clean under my eye. So I'm going to take a black eyeliner. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner in the shade Black, and I'm just going to apply this to my lower waterline. I'm going to quickly do a coat of mascara. The one I'm going to be using is the L'Oreal Telescopic, which is great for length. And I'm just going to do a quick coat of this because I am going to be applying false lashes. Now I'm going to pop on some false lashes. I'm going to just use my favorites, which are the Kiss number 11 lashes. Now that lashes are on, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I love this brow pencil just because it's so easy to use and I can get a really nice natural brow with it. And since I took the time to actually do my brows, I want to make sure that they're going to stay in place. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to set them. And this is basically like hairspray for your eyebrows. It just sets them so that they do not budge all day long. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face. You guys know I use this product like in every tutorial and just day to day anyways. This is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my fingertips and then pat it onto my skin. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the new Hourglass, what is this called? Vanish Stick Foundation. The shade I have mine in is in the shade Nude, and I do have a full review on this foundation coming up very shortly, so be on the lookout for that. And then for concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which has quickly become my favorite concealer ever. And I'm just going to apply a little bit under the eye and then blend it out using a beauty blender. And now I'm going to add a little bit of bronze to my face to balance my eyes out so my eyes aren't so heavy compared to the rest of my face. So I'm just going to grab a fluffy brush and apply this where I would normally bronze my face. And today I do want to add a little bit more sharpness in my structure of my face. So I'm going to contour a little bit more. I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm going to take the first shade with just a little bit of the middle shade and just kind of carve out my cheekbone just a little bit more. And I'm also going to clean up under the contour just to make it look a little bit more chiseled. So sticking with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I'm going to take the first shade right here, which has like more of a peachy undertone. And I'm just going to lightly tap my brush into the powder and clean up right under that contour. Before I apply blush, I'm going to add some highlighter. Today I'm going to be using the Becca Opal, and I'm just going to tap this on the highest point of my cheekbone. I'm just going to apply this to the highest point of my cheekbone and then wrap it around kind of like in a C motion around my eye. Also going to take some right on the tip of my nose and then on my cupid's bow, and just a little bit on my chin, then just a little bit right above my eyebrow to really lift my face up even more. And then for blush, I'm going to be using the MAC blush in the shade Cantaloupe. I wanted to use Becca Wild Honey, but I'm not going to because I've used it so much recently. So I'm going to use this one. This is really beautiful, kind of like a warm peach. And I'm just going to apply this a little bit higher than I normally do, just so that it again lifts my face up. And then to finish off with lips, I'm going to be using the Essence Lip Liner in the shade In the Nude. And this is about a shade and a half darker than my actual lip color, which is perfect because I'm actually just using this lip liner to kind of shape my lips. and give it a little bit more definition because my upper lip is so tiny and my bottom lip is bigger, so it kind of overpowers it. And then for lipstick, I'm going to be using the MAC lipstick in the shade Creme de Nude, which is very, very nude. So if you're someone that doesn't like nude lips, you could go in with a peach lip, you could go in with like a baby pink lip. I mean, you could do any lip that you wanted. I just really like nude lips, so this is the color that I'm gonna go with today, and then I'm gonna top it with a gloss. And then the gloss that I'm gonna be using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Undressed Lip Gloss, and this is a beautiful warm nude. All right, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and liked the way that this turned out. Hopefully this gave you some inspiration if you do plan on picking up the Pèrsona Cosmetics Identity Palette, or even if you're looking for a look for Valentine's Day, I think that this would be a really pretty sultry look to wear, or just a date night even. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit the little bell by the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my future videos and you get notified. And I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.